Hello, hello, hello! We have another musical theatre quiz for you. Every week that goes by, I keep wondering whether it's getting harder and harder. So if it is, tough really, because I'm running out of questions. So I will do my best to keep it nice and spread even, so that there are plenty of easy ones as well as plenty of hard ones. And I am still trying to change up some of the rounds as well. So just let me know if you have any ideas or if you think I should stop doing something. It's great to receive your comments, by the way. So if you are wanting to let me know your scores on Twitter, it's at DirectorDan86, or you can comment here if you want. But I'm generally a Twitter fiend, so you will find me lurking on there. But it's lovely to hear how much you're enjoying them. It's fab. It kind of energizes me to do more and more. So as long as I am still in this lockdown, I shall be creating more and more quizzes for you. So I'll stop babbling now and get to, why you're here. So let's move on then to round number 1. So yet again, it is the composer's round first. Now, I hope you liked the kind of spin on it last week with the photos. I found it really hard, and I realised that actually I didn't know what many of these composers looked like. So well done for those of you who got good marks on that one. We'll go back to the more traditional composers round, so you will have 10 questions. It'll just be 10 musicals, and you just need to tell me who composed the music for those musicals. So remember, I am particularly looking for the composers. So if it is written by a famous duo or trio or any other collaboration, I'm only really interested in who wrote the music in that collaboration. So, number 1, who wrote the music for Starlight Express? A show I've sadly never seen. Even when I was in Germany, I didn't make myself see it, and I'm now regretting it because, as a spectacle, if nothing else, I would like to have seen it. But who wrote the music for it? So that's Starlight Express is number 1. Number 2, The Book of Mormon. I'm going to cheat a little bit and say that I want all the people who wrote the music for it. I must have the complete set. It's a bit of a hint, I suppose. Anyway, that's Book of Mormon for question number 2. Number 3 is Ragtime. So that's Ragtime, number 3. Number 4, Caroline or Change. Sadly, the opening of the Broadway transfer got closed down recently, but hopefully it'll be back. I saw that production. Just an incredible show, and it was an incredible production as well. But who wrote the music for it? Caroline or Change for number 4. Number 5, the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, which is a mouthful. I was sure I was going to trip up on that. So who wrote the music for the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee for number 5? Number 6, another one of my all-time favourites, The Witches of Eastwick. Who composed the incredible score for The Witches of Eastwick? It's number 6. For anyone new to the quiz, I do always say that feel free to pause anytime you want, if you want some extra time to answer these, or if you want the test, I suppose, of the speed of it. then try and keep up, and then at the end of the round you can go back and fill in any blanks. Up to you, totally up to you. But I know sometimes I can whiz through these. So number 6 again was The Witches of Eastwick. Number 7 is Assassins. So who composed the music for Assassins? Number 8, Pippin. That's Pippin for number 8. And number 9, Avenue Q. So who composed the music for Avenue Q? That's number 9. And finally, number 10, the last one in this round, is Mame. So who composed the music for Mame? And that, ladies and gents, is the first round done. So go back over them, fill in any blanks, and let's move on to round number 2. Round number 2 is the lyrics round. This time, to spice it up a little bit, I'm going to simply miss out a word of the lyric. I will tell you the show, and I will read the lyric and miss out a word. Just tell me what word is missing. So number 1, when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armoured battalion to remind you of my blank. And that is from Hamilton. So when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armoured battalion to remind you of my blank. Just fill in the blank. Number 2, this is from Evita. I kept my promise, don't keep your blank. So number 2, I kept my promise, don't keep your blank. Number 3, no one cares for you a smidge when you're in a blank. And that is from Annie. No one cares for you a smidge when you're in a blank. Number 3. Number 4. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual blank. And that is from the Rocky Horror Show. So I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual blank. Number 5, this is from South Pacific. You may see a stranger across a crowded blank. So again, for number 5, you may see a stranger across a crowded blank. Okay, let's move on then. Number 6, from Spamalot. A sentimental song that casts a magic blank. A sentimental song that casts a magic blank. That's number 6. Number 7, from Hairspray. Because the world keeps spinning round and round, and my heart's keeping time to the speed of blank. Because my world keeps spinning round and round, and my heart's keeping time to the speed of blank. Number 7. Number 8, from the Book of Mormon. There's war poverty, famine, but having a saying makes it all seem blank. There's war, poverty, famine, but having a saying makes it all seem blank. Number 8. Number 9 is from Sweeney Todd. Even that's polite. The worst pies in London. If you doubt it, take a blank. Even that's polite. The worst pies in London. If you doubt it, take a blank. That is number 9. And finally in this round, number 10 is from Greece. Summer loving had me a blast. Summer loving happened so blank. Summer loving had me a blast. Summer loving happened so blank. There we go. 10 questions. Hopefully they were all right. There was a nice mix in there. And that's our lyrics round done. So let's move on to the picture round. As always, round 3 is a picture round. It's a playbills round again. A lot of people have been commenting actually this last week or so that they really like the playbill round, so I will continue to Photoshop away. So here is another one. There you go. There are 10 playbills. Just simply tell me what show they are for. So I would recommend pausing it now, having a bit of a mull over those, and then when you are ready, let's go on to round number 4. So round number 4 is always a rules of 3 round, though that changes from week to week as to what the 3s are. This one, again, is about shows that have trios sort of in them or included in them in some way. So, I mean, you'll see what I mean once we start. Number 1. In The Witches of Eastwick, what does Daryl Van Horn want you to do with the devil? So number 1, in The Witches of Eastwick, of which there are 3, what does Daryl Van Horn want you to do with the devil? Number 2, Hercules, being the next big Disney sort of stage adaptation, begins with the 3 muses. But what is their affectionate nickname for our titular hero? So that's number 2. Hercules, being the next big Disney stage adaptation, begins with the 3 muses. But what is their affectionate nickname for the titular hero? Number 3, another Disney one. In Disney's Aladdin, the stage show, out of his 3 wishes, what is Aladdin's 2nd wish? Now remember, this is about the stage show of Aladdin, but out of his 3 magic wishes, what is the 2nd wish? Well done for those who remember this. This is a tougher question, I think. Number 4. In Little Shop of Horrors, the 3 girls' names are Chiffon, Ronette, and who else? So the 3 girls in the Little Shop of Horrors, what are their names? Chiffon, Ronette, and who else? Number 5. In Mamma Mia, out of the 3 possible fathers, which one is Donna still in love with? So in Mamma Mia, Question number 5. Out of the 3 possible fathers, which one is Donna still in love with? First name is fine, by the way, for that one. 6. In Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, the Trinity of Queens pick up a mechanic called Bob, who is trying to escape his embarrassing wife. What special skill does she like to show off at parties? So again, for number 6, in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, the Trinity of Queens pick up a mechanic named Bob. Now, his wife has a very embarrassing skill that she likes to bring out at parties. What is it? Number 7. In Cabaret, the song Two Ladies is about threesomes. Now, with MC in the middle and a girl on each side, but according to the song, where might there be room for you? So for number 7 again, in Cabaret, the song Two Ladies about threesomes has MC in the middle with a girl on each side, but according to the song, where might there be room for you? I can almost hear you frantically trying to sing the lyrics now in your head. But I'm going to move on. Number 8. In Fun Home, the 3 kids record a disco-inspired radio advert for the family business. But what is the full name of said business? So again, for number 8, in Fun Home, the 3 kids create a disco-inspired advert for their family business. But what is the full name of that business? Number 9. In Hedwig and the Angry Inch, the origin of love talks of 3 sexes: the children of the sun, the earth, and the what? So again, number 9. In Hedwig and the Angry Inch, the origin of love talks of 3 sexes: the children of the sun, the earth, and what? And finally, number 10, back to the Rocky Horror Show. There are 3 alien visitors from the planet Transsexual. Who are they? I want all 3, please. So that's number 10. The Rocky Horror Show, there are 3 alien visitors from the planet Transsexual. Who are they? I want all their names, please. And that is the end of round 4. Let's go on to round number 5. Round number 5 isn't specifically themed, but it is a type of quiz. So hopefully this will make sense. You've got 10 questions. Each question has an answer. The last letter of that answer is the first letter of the next answer. Does that make any sense? So, question number 1, whatever your answer is for question number 1, the last letter in that answer will be the first letter for the answer for number 2. So hopefully it'll make sense. Obviously, if you skip an answer, it makes it more difficult. The whole point is if you get an answer, it gives you a clue for the next one. So, good luck. Here we go. Number 1. In Into the Woods, who is the first character to die? So in Into the Woods, who is the first character in the show to die? So in the show to die, not maybe might have died in the past, but the first character who dies in the show. Who is it? And that is number 1. Number 2, which the answer will now begin with the last letter of that answer for number 1. Who dances through life in Wicked? Number 2, who dances through life in Wicked? Number 3, what was Rodgers and Hammerstein's first musical collaboration? So what was their first show? And remember, it begins with the last letter of the previous answer. So what was Rodger and Hammerstein's first collaboration for number 3? Number 4, which musical is based around a shop run by Miss Babs, Miss Bertha and Mrs. O? So that's number 4. Which musical is based around a shop run by Miss Babs, Miss Bertha and Mrs. O? Number 5. Which cult sci-fi musical claims all you need is disco and that glitter boots could save your life? So that's number 5. It's a tricky one if you don't know. It's a real cult musical, but it's a great show. So which cult sci-fi musical claims that all you need is disco and glitter boots could save your life? Number 6. In the movie adaptation of Guys and Dolls, who did Marlon Brando play? Full name, please. So in the movie adaptation of Guys and Dolls, who did Marlon Brando play? Full name. That's for number 6. Number 7. Which Pulitzer Prize winning musical features a dead son who still talks to his mother, who is receiving electroshock treatment? Number 7, that was. Which Pulitzer Prize winning musical features a dead son who still talks to his mother, who is receiving electroshock treatment? Number 8. From what show did we learn to bend and snap? So that's number 8. From what show did we learn to bend and snap? How are you doing with this one? Hopefully it all makes sense, and hopefully it's helping as well, because you get a little extra clue when you get an answer. So number 9, who won a Tony for her one-woman show at Liberty? So who won a Tony for her one-woman show at Liberty? That is number 9. And number 10, the last in this round and the last of this quiz. Which Broadway legend who died last year has the record for the most Tony Awards won by any individual? Couple of clues in there. Number 10. Which Broadway legend who died last year has the record for the most Tony Awards won by any individual? And there it is. Another quiz down, another 50 questions answered. So take a moment, go back, fill in any gaps. Always have a guess if you're not sure. And we'll be back shortly to go through the answers. And here are the answers. I've had a little costume change because I was a bit chilly. But we are now moving on to round number 1 answers. So the composers round. Who composed the music for number 1 Starlight Express? It was Andrew Lloyd Webber, of course. So Andrew Lloyd Webber there for number 1. Number 2, Book of Mormon. Now this is when I gave you a bit of a clue. There was more than one. It was Robert Lopez, Trey Parker and Matt Stone. So Trey Parker and Matt Stone, they're the main guys behind this sort of the show idea, concept, and South Park. And Robert Lopez then came on board to help. Number 3, Ragtime, and that is Stephen Flaherty, however you pronounce that. Sorry, Stephen. So Stephen Flaherty for number 3. Number 4, Karen or Change, is the wonderful Janine Tesori again. Beautiful show. Number 5, the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee is by William Finn. Haven't actually mentioned William Finn yet, so that's my bad. But now we have William Finn for number 5. Number 6, The Witches of Eastwick. Oh, again, I know, it's one of my all-time favourites. I really wanted to come back. Amazing show. And the music there is written by Dana P. Rowe. So Dana P. Rowe wrote the music for that. Number 7, Assassins. Another one by Stephen Sondheim. It wouldn't feel right if a week went by without mentioning the Sondheim. So that's for number 7. Number 8 is Pippin. And Pippin is written by Stephen Schwartz. So Stephen Schwartz there for number 8. Number 9, a bit cheeky because I've mentioned him already, or one of them already, is Robert Lopez, as of Book of Mormon Robert Lopez, and Jeff Marks. So both Robert Lopez and Jeff Marks there wrote the music for Avenue Q, number 9. And number 10, Mame, was composed by Jerry Herman, of course, the wonderful Jerry Herman. So there are our 10 composers for this week. Tally it up, and let's move on to round number 2. Round number 2, being the lyrics round again. Remember, I gave you a lyric with a missing word. So, number 1 from Hamilton. When push comes to shove, I will send a fully armoured battalion to remind you of my love. So love for number 1. Number 2 from Evita. I kept my promise, don't keep your distance. So distance for number 2. Number 3 from Annie. No one cares for you a smidge when you're in an orphanage. So orphanage for number 3. Number 4, I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. So Transylvania for number 4. That was from Rocky Horror Show. Number 5 from South Pacific. You may see a stranger across a crowded room. Room for number 5. Number 6 from Spamalot. A sentimental song that casts a magic spell. So spell there for number 6. Number 7 was from Hairspray. Because the world keeps spinning round and round and my heart's keeping time to the speed of sound. So sound for number 7. Number 8 from Book of Mormon. There's war, poverty and famine, but having a saying makes it all seem better. So better for number 8. Number 9, Sweeney Todd. Even that's polite. The worst pies in London. If you doubt it, take a bite. So bite for number 9. And finally, number 10 from Greece. Summer lovin' had me a blast. Summer lovin' happened so fast. So fast there for number 10. Great. Let's move it on. Round 3 will be next, and that's the picture round. Okay, so round 3, the picture round. Let's get them up. There we go. There's the 10 wonderfully photoshopped playbills. Just wanted the show for each of these. So, number 1, I was lucky enough to see this in London before it went over to Broadway. This is Tim Minchin's Groundhog Day. So, well done if you got that. If you get a chance to ever see it, highly recommend. Brilliant, very clever, very entertaining show. Groundhog Day for number 1. Number 2, that is of course Fiddler on the Roof. So that's Fiddler on the Roof for number 2. Number 3, could probably take a guess at this. It is of course Carousel. So number 3 was Carousel. Number 4, there she is, the amazing Carol Channing, dressed as Dolly Levi there. So it's for Hello Dolly. So number 4 there, Hello Dolly. Number 5, feet jumping around on a giant piano could only mean big. So well done if you said that for number 5, big. Number 6, Broadway's biggest flop, but a great show when done well. This is Carrie. So well done if you got that for number 6. That's the original concept, the original art for Carrie. 7 is Aida. So Aida for number 7. 8, The Colour Purple. Another beautiful show, that. Number 8, The Colour Purple. Number 9, this is a revival artwork for Hair. So number 9 is Hair. And number 10, I'm sure you can guess, is Cinderella. Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella for number 10. There you go. Another picture round done. So let's move on to the answers for round number 4. Round number 4 is the rule of 3s. So here we go. Number 1 was, in The Witches of Eastwick, what does Darrell Van Horn want you to do with the devil? He wants you to dance with the devil. So, number 1, dance. Number 2, Hercules, being the next big Disney stage adaptation, begins with the 3 muses. But what is their affectionate nickname for him? It is, of course, Huncules. So that's Huncules for number 2. So number 3, in Aladdin, the stage show, what is his second wish? It is to set his friends free. He gets caught in the dungeon, and his friends, Kasim, Abkam, Omar, all come to try and rescue him, get caught as well. So he wishes for them to be set free. So slightly different to the film, so well done if you got that answer. Number 4, in Little Shop of Horrors, our 3 girls are Chiffon, Renette, and Crystal. So Crystal, the answer there for number 4. Number 5, out of all the 3 possible fathers in Mamma Mia, which one does Donna still love? It is Sam Carmichael. Number 6, in Priscilla, Bob's wife is skilled in shooting ping pong balls out of her vagina. So however you worded that, that is the answer. Pop music is the song in the show, if you remember. Number 7, in Cabaret, the song Two Ladies, about a threesome, with MC in the middle and a girl either side, but there'll be a room for you on the bottom if you decide to join them one night. So the bottom is the answer I was looking for there for number 7. Number 8, in Fun Home, the 3 kids, their disco advert for the family business, and the name of the family business is the Bechtel Funeral Home. The Bechtel Funeral Home. That's the answer I want for number 8. Number 9 was Hedwig and the Angry Inch. In The Origin of Love, one of the most beautiful musical theatre songs ever written, in my opinion. But it talks of three sexes: the children of the sun, the children of the earth, and the children of the moon. So moon is number 9. And number 10, another Rocky Horror question. I mean, it's a great show, so you cannot blame me. But in Rocky Horror, there are 3 alien visitors, and they are Frankenfurter, Riffraff, and Magenta. I want all 3 names for the point. Frankenfurter, Riffraff, and Magenta. And that's it for round number 4. Here we go for the final round. Number 5 was the slightly weird end letter of the previous answer was the first letter of the current answer. I hope it made sense when you did it. Hopefully it'll make more sense now when I reveal the answers. So, number 1. In Into the Woods, the first character to die on stage, or within the show, is the wolf. So, it's the wolf for number 1. So number 2's answer will begin with F. And number 2 is who dances through life in Wicked, beginning with F. That should help. It is Fiyero. So Fiyero for number 2. Number 3, what was Roger and Hammerstein's first collaboration? It was, considering it begins with O, it must be Oklahoma. So Oklahoma for number 3. Number 4, which musical, it begins with A, is based around a shop run by Miss Babs, Miss Berta, and Mrs. O. It is the wonderful Acorn Antiques. Acorn Antiques for number 4. Number 5, might have caught you out with this one. Which cult sci-fi musical claims all you need is disco and that glitter boots could save your life? It is Saucy Jack and the Space Vixens. If you got that, huge well done. If you didn't get it, search out that show. It is crazy in all the best possible ways. It is crazy and queer and camp as anything, but it's such a great show. Saucy Jack and the Space Vixens. Number 6. In the movie adaptation of Guys and Dolls, who did Marlon Brando play? Beginning with S, Sky Masterson. So you must have the full name, Sky Masterson. So number 7. Which Pulitzer Prize winning musical features a dead son who still talks to his mother, who is receiving electroshock treatment? Begins with N, we know that. It is Next to Normal. Next to Normal. Number 8. From what show did we learn to bend and snap? Beginning with L. Funnily enough, with L. It is Legally Blonde. So Legally Blonde there for number 8. Number 9. Who won a Tony for her one-woman show at Liberty? Again, beginning with E. Elaine Stritch. If you haven't seen it, hunt it down, watch it, or listen to it. There's an audio of it as well. It is fantastic. So that is Elaine Stritch for number 9. And the last question of this quiz is, which Broadway legend who died last year has the record for the most Tony Awards won by an individual? Beginning with H, it is Harold or Hal Prince. The legend, producer and director, that is Hal Prince. Whew, and there you go. 50 questions, tally them all up. Let me know how you did at Director Dan 86. I'd love to hear from you. There'll be another one next week to look forward to. Stay safe, and I will see you next time. For those of you who want the tie-break question, so if you're playing in groups or against each other and need to find a final winner, here's your tiebreaker question. So Norm Lewis made history when he became the first African-American actor to perform the role of the Phantom on Broadway. Now, Phantom opened in 1988. What year did Norm Lewis make his debut? So what year was the first African-American Phantom on Broadway? Gotta get a number, the nearest one wins. So you have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is 2014. So in 2014, Norm Lewis hit Broadway as the Phantom in Phantom of the Opera. If you got that right, or if you were the nearest and you are now the winner, well done.
We're glad you came, but we have to shout adios, au revoir.